What's good, YouTube? So today we're going to get a time-lapse video. It's actually some old footage of me doing a sign and me kind of going over the Mittler Bros 24-inch bead roller. Standard throat height. What I've done is I halved off the upgraded top adjustable shaft, and the stencils or the dies I use are the Jamey Jordan stencil dies, the nylon ones, and then the Jamey Jordan nylon art dies. I use the nylon dies because I'm working with 3003 aluminum and the thickness is 032. So if I went with like the steel die right here, it would leave a line right there along the edge where it digs into the aluminum, since the steel is harder than the aluminum. The nylon is softer, so it doesn't leave any lines or mar anything up. It allows me to have nice clean beads. So this is the piece we're working on, or we're doing in the video. All I need to do with this piece now is get a frame for it. Sometimes I'll hem it. I'll put a I'll cut the edges like this, and I'll break it on my Bailey sheet metal brake over there, and I'll put a hem edge all around the edge, something kind of like this one. So I'll get some close up of this too. I'll hem the edge along the back side, and on the top I'll kind of leave it on the top. I'll kind of leave it spaced out so you can got your place you can hang a nail on it or something like that. This piece is one I did figure out. I didn't like it, so it's scrap. Alright guys, so first we'll go ahead and cut to the time-lapse video. After we get done with the time-lapse video, I'll go into what dies I use and a little bit more into the bead roller itself. So let's go ahead and cut to the time-lapse video. All right, now we're done with the time-lapse video. We're gonna go ahead and get into some of the dies and what all they do and what all I've used them for. All right, so this is the upper shaft, the adjustment. So you can just loosen this bolt, screw that piece in, and then you can see when you go to tighten it back up, I don't know. Yeah, there you go. So this is what adjusts the width of the bead. So if I want a pretty narrow bead or a pretty tight bead, I just push the dies together. And if I want something a little bit wider, I can then just go back and spread the dies apart, which comes in pretty handy. Like I said, I'm just playing with it and figuring it all out, but I'll run some beads real quick and kind of give you an idea of how it works, or the different profiles. We'll go wide, and I'll give medium, and then narrow, and then kind of, that way you can see. This is 20 thou stainless, I believe. So it's pretty thin stainless. We'll just do 3 little beads right here to kind of give you an idea. So here would be the widest. There you go, that's a pretty good image. So right here's our widest. We did with it in the demonstration. Here's the second. And here's the last. So you can see how that's a tight. So that's why the adjustable shaft comes in pretty handy. As far as the Mittler Bros bead roller goes, I'm no professional. Like I said, I'm no Jamey Jordan, but I'm really glad I found this one on the Facebook Marketplace. Being from about 45 minutes west of Race City, USA, also known as Mooresville, we get some pretty good deals of shops. When shops close, we get some pretty good deals that come up on the marketplace. So I'm about like anybody else. I'm kind of addicted to the marketplace. Most of my tools, most all my tools have came from the marketplace or auctions. Most of those came from the marketplace, so yeah. But I picked this up from a guy who's closing up shop. It came with a lot of steel dies, step dies, bead dies, which I'll get some video of all the dies I have. Which, those are great, like I said, if you want to do mild steel, but when you start getting into the aluminum and the softer metal, you're going to want the nylon dies, which is what I got here. And other than that, the first one I had was a hand crank Eastwood. It was good, I mean, for thin stuff, but if you got into the 16 gauge, like on some door panels, I've done, this one was, this one's a throwaway piece, a scrap piece too, but so this is 16 gauge aluminum, and it's just harder. It was just real hard for the Eastwood to start to flex, which I've seen a lot of guys on YouTube weld pieces of steel to the top and the bottom on the Eastwoods, which is great. And it's evidently it takes a lot of that flex away from it, but I just found this on the deal, so I went and picked it up. It's also motor driven 110 volt and foot control, which is great, especially whenever you're trying to keep a straight line or trying to stay on your line. So foot control's nice, motor's nice. I love the bead roller. I love the adjustable shaft up top, so that allows for. Okay, so here we go with all the dies. These are the stencil dies that I was telling you about. They're nylon, so that's what keeps it from marring these. So I got 2 of those that work out pretty good, and then these are nylon as well, and I use these the most probably. Then I got some step dies. Different sizes. Well, here's the art die. That's steel. And a bead die. Actually, when I just got this, I used that bead die. I used a bead die and a step die to do this. That was like the first project I did when I got this. And all that was I took this bead die, used it as my upper, and used one of these step dies as my lower, and I was using some washers that came with it to kind of space the top die out from the bottom die, if you get the idea. Most of these dies came with it. The only ones I actually bought were all the nylon ones and the art die right there. So then we got some spool dies. If I want to run an edge along a piece of steel to go up against some tubing. I kind of did it to this piece, so you might be able to see. I also did some shrinking, but see how that kind of got a radius on the edge. So that's what these dies right here do. They got the lower and then an upper. Well, probably should have set this up on a stand, but so you got a lower and an upper. There you go. Get an idea. And it'll roll a curved edge along the edge of the sheet you're working on. Like I said, I'm still learning out, still figuring out a lot of this stuff. So this is the actual lower to a bead die. I'm still figuring it out as I go. Just trying to make it work. So those are the dies. Like I said, I didn't buy most of them. A lot of them came with the bead roller when I picked it up. The only ones I bought were the nylon ones because I was interested in doing signs. Shout out to Jamey Jordan. The man's a wizard. I wish I could do half the stuff he does. So, yeah. If you want to do aluminum, nylon dies is a ticket. You can get by, like if you just find a bead roller, you can get by. Like I said, I did this piece right here with nothing but a bead die and then a step die. So you can make it work, figure it out. Just, it's like anything else, be prepared to suck at something and embrace the suck and get through it. And eventually you'll get better, which I'm still trying to get better, obviously. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions about anything you saw, hit me up in the comment section. I'll help you out the best I can, or I'll at least try to point you in the best direction. For any of the products I posted or I shown, I'll leave a description, or I'll leave a link in the description for where you can find them. And I'll also leave my Instagram name in there if y'all want to see what I'm working on, see what I've done in the past, all that kind of stuff. So you can find me on Instagram, Black Sheep Fab. I just changed my name on there because I started this YouTube channel. I was going to try to sync all those, leave them all together, or at least so it's easy to find. So yeah, if you have any questions, be sure to follow me along. Hit me up, let me know what your questions are. I'll do the best I can to help you or point you in the right direction and show you somebody that knows a lot more than me, because just figuring it out, learning as I go. So thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all later.